I look at it like this. Your back is like the frame of your car, right? Then you have the brake, which is your bicep when you're going down, and then the go is the tricep, the accelerator. So all that has to work together. So you need to work everything, which obviously to break those plateaus. So accessory work is very important in breaking those plateaus, especially like we'll go over right now, like the floor press, the sticky points. Like a lot of people have problems locking out.
Yeah.
So we'll do floor press, because a floor press, you're stopping right here.
Yep.
That's where your stick point is. Now you're gonna learn how to explode through that.
All right, so we are out here at Howitzer Clothing's gym with one of Howitzer's ambassadors, Joey Arona. First of all, Joey, thank you for coming out here.
No problem.
Taking the time to meet with us. He's going to be giving you guys some tips on how to perform the bench press properly. Not only you, me as well, but something tells me you're not the type of guy that likes to pat yourself on the back, but I'm going to twist your arm into doing it anyways because he's got a lot of accomplishments. Tell us a little bit about your background as well as what you've accomplished in kind of the competitive lifting world so that our viewers actually know who they're getting information from.
My name is Joey Arona. I'm actually a combat vet as well, United States Army. Basically, my accomplishments are I'm a 6-time state, 3-time national record holder in 3 different weight classes, and I'm actually going for my 4th in July. One of the major things is that I love about lifting is like I'm an athlete, so I want to show people that I can jump around from different weight classes. I just don't stay stable. I keep moving.
So you've competed at multiple weight classes and you've attained titles in multiple weight classes.
Yes.
What are you going to compete in July? Because
I'll be in the 90 kilogram class, 198.
198 pounds. I've been following your Instagram profile for quite some time, and you're documenting your progress as you go, and it's kind of inspirational to watch, especially considering you're coming off of 2 shoulder injuries.
2 shoulder injuries.
What are the shoulder injuries that you
So the shoulder injuries was being a little slightly torn rotator cuff, and then a slightly torn labrum.
Okay.
And so with all that happening, I had to rehabilitate myself for a whole year. And last year in November when I competed, I still had the injuries, but I had to push through it. And I ended up winning.
You won?
And I broke a record doing it. So it's like I'm not even fully healed yet. Still was able to break a record.
What numbers did you put up to break that record?
I had to beat a 392, which I did. 392.
At 198 pounds.
198 pounds. And to do that though, with the injuries that I had, most people saw the pain I was going through prior to the competition, but it was all worth it at the end. And just little by little over time now, that was in November of last year, and now I'm ready to go. Like I'm fully healthy.
What's the competition you're going to compete at in July?
It's going to be for nationals, and then from nationals, and then November will be worlds, and that'll be it right there.
And what's like the name of the competition so people?
It's under USPA, United States Powerlifting Association.
USPA. All right, cool. Well, with that, it's time to learn about how to actually effectively perform the bench. Obviously, it's a compound movement, guys, which means you're going to be more effective with it when you're engaging your entire body. That means from your feet all the way up through your grip, and it's deceptively simple. A lot of your weekend warrior gym goers aren't performing it correctly. So how important is it to properly set up for a bench press to actually get the most out of the lift?
Setup and breathing is everything when you're bench pressing, let me tell you. Because if you're flat backing it, you're putting so much stress on your shoulders. You're never gonna see the full potential of what you got. Plus the bench press, most people know, they go straight up. It's almost kind of like you kind of go back a little bit when you're bench pressing it to alleviate that and keeping your core tight. So let me backtrack a little bit. So the foundation of your whole lift is your core.
Right.
That's gonna keep everything tight. So when you push your stomach out, you automatically start to tighten up. But if you don't know how to use this when you're lifting, you're gonna have a really bad time when you're bench pressing. Now the guys you see at like the commercial gyms, the weekend warriors, like you were saying, they don't know it, and people that do know it should teach them when they're there.
Well, that's what you're here for, man. That's what we got you. Because I think most of our viewers are probably your intermediate to beginner level lifters, and I think some of the tips that you can give them today should be able to help them immediately increase their bench press numbers to some degree.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So with that, we're gonna head over to the bench and see what tips you got for us, man.
Let's go.
All right. I want to talk about the bench press and how to actually set up for it. And we've mentioned this before. Most gym goers, your weekend warrior guys, it looks like such a simplistic lift. It looks like you just lay flat on the bench, you get under the bar, you're flat back and you just push. But those guys are setting themselves up for failure as well as for injury.
Absolutely.
So walk us through how to actually properly set up for the bench, because proper setup means you're activating your entire body. It's a compound movement and you're getting activation from your feet all the way through to your grip.
So when you see me set up right now, you're going to see, even when I move the bar, just a 45-pound bar, I'm going to move it like it's 400 pounds on there.
Okay.
So even when it's light, I'm still going to stay tight and explode out of it.
Okay.
And I'll do 20 reps to get going, just to get the blood flowing. But watch how I set up. And you're going to see how everything's tight. I mean, you can move my legs and touch. I'm going to be hard as a rock all the way through. Okay. And especially when I'm gripping that. So when you're gripping that bar, it's almost like you're pulling and trying to bend that bar when you're going down. Because you want to stay everything tight so you can activate.
When you're saying bend, you mean like this?
Yeah, when you're gripping it, it's almost like you bend it when you're coming down and then explode out of it.
Okay.
So let me show you.
Okay.
So
the first thing you're working is your
hand grip, find my placement on this bar.
Now you've got slightly about shoulder width apart about?
Yeah, I don't go too wide. I kind of go shoulder width.
Shoulder width, and a little bit too narrow would activate too much of your triceps?
You're right.
Okay.
So once you see the grip, you're gonna see the legs, like touch my legs now, like move them.
Okay. So you're super firm, pressing into the ground.
Yeah, pushing in the ground.
There's that leg drive that's activating your...
And then when I push up, you're gonna see my stomach will raise up. So
you're treating this 45-pound bar like it's
heavy, 400 pounds, yeah.
Okay.
Because I want my body to know, like, no matter what I put on it, you're staying tight.
Now, when you mentioned expanding your belly, that's tightening your whole core, right? It's activating your whole body. And then when your feet are pressed on the ground, you've got the leg drive. All of that is activating your entire core.
Plus, you have your blades. You want to try to touch your blade. I always say, get your blades to touch.
Like squeeze an egg.
Squeeze
an egg between your shoulder blades.
Right.
Okay. And then you have your grip about shoulder width apart, trying to bend the bar, your entire body.
Yeah, so that's what, when it comes to like hand placement, it's what you're comfortable with. So me, I'm about shoulder width. Okay. I don't want to go too wide, like just right here.
And what I noticed is you're coming down and then you're exploding back up.
Right.
The up portion is explosive.
Right. So, I mean, this is even worse because it's like out of breath, and that's just 45 pounds because I have so much pressure going down to it. So you're just exploding out.
Okay. Where'd you learn how to lift? Where'd you get into competition?
So learning,
it
was from Iron Addicts. So home of CT Fletcher, Rob Thomas. Most people know him as Big Rob. That was my trainer, and he showed me everything when it comes to bench press.
How important are warm-ups when setting up for a bench press? And if you wouldn't mind, kind of just run us through your warm-up, and as you're progressing through the weight, I want to see you. We won't push you to the absolute limit because I know you got a competition coming up in July, but we'll start hitting some heavy weights, and I want to see your warm-up and your progression so that guys can see just how much actually goes into warming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did 20 here, and then we'll do 135, which I'll get 2 plates, and then we'll do another set of 20. And this one will be more explosive, not too much stopping, just to get the blood flowing. Okay. And then we'll work our way up.
All right, so we got 135 on. This is the next step in your warm-up process.
So we'll do 20. And this is not going to be like how I handle 145. So this should be just a quick 20, just to get the blood flowing with this one. The setup will still be the same.
Same thing, treating it like it's 4 plates.
4 plates, just exploding that time more. And then what we'll do is we'll do 10 here, then we'll do the 3 plates, and then with 3 plates, I'll do 3 reps.
Okay.
And those will be all pauses.
Okay.
Or competition. So now, once I get to 315, those will be competition lifts now.
Okay.
So you'll see how I look when I'm doing competitions.
Okay, so you're moving, you've gone from 20 under just the bar, 20 at 135, 10 at 225,
right.
Then we're gonna move to 3 plates and you're gonna be dialing it down a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Trying to feel for this. There we go.
You wanna count it down or just let me know when?
I'll let you know. One, two. Feels good.
Feeling strong?
Yeah, feeling a little strong. So once you start getting up this weight, you want to make sure you're tight. 1, 2. Just about 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 5, 3 to 5. Just let it sit. But I stay tight though, so with that being on me, I'm not just laying it on me. Like my body's still engaged.
Yeah. Is the purpose of that for strength development or is that some type of competition?
Just strength development plus competition, because you got to have a slight pause before they tell you go, because it's all command. It's called start and then go, you know?
Yeah.
So
you're kind of going overboard in your training.
Yeah, just so, because you never know, like sometimes you could have judges and all of a sudden you get like a 2-second pause and you're not prepared for that 2-second pause, you're not training that long, you'll mess up.
Yeah. Let's talk about plateaus, bench specifically.
Okay.
I've suffered from a lot of plateaus over the years, hitting sticking points that I just can't break through. What methods do you use to break through plateaus? Are you using alternate variations of bench press, or are you using things like bands or blocks or chains?
Okay, so usually with bench press, bands and chains and like you have like the blocks, I'll use, but that only could go so far. Flat bench only goes so far because you have like, you want to put more stress on like the rotator cuffs and your deltoids, because that's all part of it. So I look at it like this. Your back is like the frame of your car, right? Then you have the brake, which is your bicep when you're going down, and then the go is the tricep, the accelerator. So all that has to work together. So you need to work everything, which obviously to break those plateaus. So accessory work is very important in breaking those plateaus, especially like we'll go over right now, like the floor press, the sticky points. Like a lot of people have problems locking out.
Yeah.
So we'll do floor press, because a floor press, you're stopping right here.
Yep.
That's where your stick point is. Now you're gonna learn how to explode through that.
So on your typical bench day, do you start like what we just did, or how do you break down your workout?
Okay, so when we did bench right now, so I worked to the highest today would be 405, right? I wasn't going to pass 405 because I benched on Tuesday, but 405. Then we have to go to the working sets. The working sets is all pause reps as well, which should be, let's just say 385. 3 sets of 385 for 2 or 3. 3 sets of 365 for 2 or 3, and these are all going to be pause reps. And then I'll go jump down to 345, 350, same thing, sets of 3. Then I stop the pause reps, then we're gonna go to speed drills, which was only a minute break between reps. And then, so let's just say we'll do about 75% of my max. So we'll drop to like, let's say 300 pounds, and then 5 sets of 5, just as fast as you can. Break, 1 minute, get ready, and do it again. You wanna keep that muscle going and exploding out of it. From there, then I'll do like conditioning reps, which is going to be a lot of reps with lighter weight. So let's say 275. We'll do 275, 3 sets of 15, and then we're done. And then we'll go to like the bands, like how you've been seeing. I put the bands on.
Yeah.
And then now let's say that's 80 pounds resistant, this band here that I'll use from you guys. This is 80 pounds, so I'll go all up to 315. So it'll be 1 set of 20 with the 135 with this, 2 sets of 225 with 10, and then now I've been doing like 315 with this, 3 sets of 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm good. Then I'm done with that. Now we're done with the flat bench part, and then we're going to move to accessory workout. I had to like jump it just because the start off was kind of like.
Start off was a little, I don't think I got it completely off.
Yeah, that's not your fault. It just, the way it's set up. That's why I just went for one, but
yeah.
It felt good though.
There was, and you looked like you could do 5 more.
Yeah.
Well, I want to touch on, before we take off and before we leave, there's something that you mentioned before that resonates with me and it resonates with our audience, which is discipline is more important than motivation.
Absolutely.
There's not a single person out there, not me, not you, that's motivated every single day. I don't want to work out every day.
Right.
But I still get in the gym and I hit my workout routine on the days that I'm supposed to work out, and that's because of discipline.
Right.
You are the beacon of discipline.
Right.
You know, preparing for an endurance 50-mile march in conjunction with preparing for a powerlifting competition, trying to set records, trying to get 460 pounds.
Yeah.
How important is that discipline to you? And if you had to give our viewers one pointer as far as to developing that discipline and getting into that routine for consistently hitting the gym, what would you tell them?
I would say that you got to scratch motivation out, because motivation is just a feeling. Remember that. It's just like being happy, being sad. It goes away.
Yeah.
But discipline never leaves you if you stay grounded. And that's something that's with anything. That's with working out. That's with family. That's with your work, your line of work, whatever you do. Just stay disciplined, because discipline will push you through it. Like how you're saying, you know, am I motivated to come every day to the gym? Absolutely not. You know, yesterday I didn't want to work out, but I know my competition, someone's working out. So that's all I need to know. That's all I need to tell myself. Like, I got to compete against somebody. And the most important person I'm competing against is myself.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be no quit on me. So I got to show, I got to practice what you preach. Practice what you preach.
That's absolutely right. You know, a discipline can also be developed over time. I've developed my discipline over time. Same diet, exercise, family. It's all inclusive of everything in your life. So I can't thank you enough for joining us on this profile, man, and helping us out. I've certainly taken some tips from you, and I know our viewers have. So again, I appreciate it, man. Good luck. Even though I know you don't need it, you're going to crush the competition.
Thank you.
Guys, hopefully you learned something in this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow Joey's journey on Instagram as he's preparing for the competition, I'll link his Instagram handle somewhere on the screen so you can follow him. And I'll see you guys in the next one.